What is up? And you're at what is up? So let's get started. Today we will be talking about the gravity. So I know there are more new movies on this. So if you search on the web like directly the gravity, so you will get a lot. But this is a different concept. So let's get started. So here we get to know that the thing which we are talking about in the universe, we have two planets. One planet is up and other planet is downwards to it, and both of them have different weight. So the is a gravity which pulls them upwards and a gravity which pulls them downwards. So there are two different gravities over here. So the people living at the upside known as the up people and the people living at the downside known as the down people. So the up people are quite rich and wealthy, whereas the down people are the middle class people or the poor people. So here we get to know about the person James. James has lost his father in a state exchange. So, what is the state exchange? State exchange is a building, a connecting building from both the planets where both the society of people work over there. So, here from the downworld had lost his father in the state exchange because the people of the upper planet were buying the oil from the people of down planet at a cheaper rate and giving them electricity at a very high rate. And why was this? So can't they directly go on each other's planet? No, this wouldn't be possible. If one of the people from the other gravity moves to the other gravity people, they would be affecting the gravity inversely. And some matters which go from this gravity to the other gravity are known as the antimatters. And whenever the antimatters of other gravity stays in the another gravity, due to which it starts burning. So here we get to know that James, whose aunt is working on a chemical which is produced by the bees. The bees are which collect honey from both of the plants having different gravity. So here James' aunt ordered her to go and get him the flour so she could make the food. And it's surprising that the food which she made was not affected by either of the gravity, but it was for a particular period of time. And this she called as the pink powder. So here we get to know when James got to collect that one, the police was behind him. So here he climbs up and reaches at a high mountain, where from the other end, from the other planet at his top, was a girl who had also reached there. Now they both become good friends, and as the time passes, they fall in love with each other. The time passes. One day, James ties the girl named Tina to the rope and brings him to his planet. And now she was down, and both of them were from different gravity, due to which Tina's gravity was pulling her upwards, and James' gravity was pulling it downwards, due to which they were able to jump high here and there. So that's why they were enjoying a lot. And when the cops got to know about it, they run behind them to catch them. So now they run from here to there, there to here, and as it passes, and when James was sending Tina to her planet, a policeman fires and the rope breaks, due to which she falls on the other end of a planet. Now, due to this crime, as two people of different gravity meet, due to this crime, now the cops were punishing as well as James, but also her aunt. So she burned her house, and now 12 years pass. After 12 years, now James is working on her arts medicine, the ancient medicine, the pink powder, and is making a cream which does not affected by any of the gravities. So here on the television one day, when he was working with his friends in his workshop, gets to know at the state exchange. Tina was there and now she was alive. So to meet her, he gets an opportunity from the state exchange to work as a scientist, where he offers letter and got the job over there. Now, when James was working over there, he make a friend from the upper gravity, which was Bob. Now, Bob and James became good friends. Now, Bob asked James to get him some stamps from the downward, as he had some curiosity to collect stamps. So, when he brought the stamps and gave it to him, here after a few time passes, finally James completed his work on the cream, and now the cream was miraculous. Whenever he applied the cream on a dull or old face, it turned into a new face, and or it appeared much more younger. He shows it to his seniors of the state exchange and tries to approve it, and they approve it. And as the time passes, now one day Bob decides to meet James, and so he tells that he could wear the antimatter and come to his gravity. He does the same and goes and meets to Tina, but now Tina wasn't remembering anything. She didn't even recognize James. So here, when Tina's friend told James that after falling from the ground, she had lost her memory, and so from here, after a few days in the state exchange, there is announced that the few employees which are not needed in the company are being suspended, and Bob were one of them. Now, this was a bad news for both James and Bob because both of them were friends, and with the help of Bob only, he was able to go to the other planet. So here we get to know that when Bob was going, he passes a box to the downward gravity to James, in which he had his icon. Now, what happened with the icon? With the help of the icon, James could go to the upper gravity and meet Tina over there. Time passes and they became good friends, but now Tina was not able to recognize him still. So one fine day, James went to him and tell him about his old stories, tell him the incident, how they met, how they got separated, and due to all this, Tina began to remember all the things back. Now, due to this, what happened? When she got to remember, they again started meeting at the same places, but this time the cops were again behind her. So somehow Tina escaped from there because she was a citizen from the upper gravity, so it didn't affected him. But they were behind James. Now James somehow manages and reaches at Bob's home, where they both are sitting and discussing about the thing. So here Bob tells that the company may misuse your cream as it has the formula of anti-gravity and may credit something which would be your invention, but they would patent it. But here James tells that I have not given them the main formula, the pink powder. And here in front of Bob, he teaches the technique that when we mix two different antimatters from different gravities at an equal proportion, it becomes anti-gravity, and due to which the substance would stay in either of the gravities without even burning. So he left the samples over there and ran. After that, he sees that the cops were behind him, reaches at a bridge, jumps into the river, and due to which he falls into the river and reaches to the downer earth, where the downer gravity pulls him in and he falls into an lake nearby them. So now, when there was no hope, as Bob Iger was caught and they got to know about the whole scam, they were now not taking James as their employee and suspended him from his job. Well, they tortured him also regarding getting the formula of the cream or the initial product, due to which they could make more and more amount of cream. So here at a similar time, Bob was at his home and investigating on the samples left by James, and somehow miraculously he got an idea. He tries it. He was able to make an anti-gravity product which wasn't affected by any other of the gravities. So here, James at the down starts working with his old partners at the workshop. Suddenly, when first he see Bob's over there, he was quite surprised that how he's able to stand here and even it is not working as it is anti-gravity matter. Yes, it discloses that our body is made up of 70% of water, and so as we added two different types of it, I added a cream over it, due to which he made a cream which was now affecting. Without any burden or special belts, he was able to sustain both the gravities. He applied the same cream on James, and James started running towards Tina, and Tina was waiting on the same mountain tape. But now she was at the down earth, and she gets to know that she had also applied the cream, due to which she was also now able to stand on the planet. And the gravity was neither affecting both of them. And here at the end, we also got to know that Tina is also pregnant. Hearing after this good news, James and Tina both were happy, and now, with the help of stems, which James has handed to Bob, Bob had patented a company on his name and patented the thing, the cream and the main formula, due to which they became a rich company and exclude the state market out of it and establish a proper well-defined system between both the worlds. And with this end, I end this story over. Hope you like the story which I explained of the gravity. I know gravity had a much bigger concept, but I got a different idea, so I tried to propose it in front of you. So this was the for the gravity. And now, if you like the video, just hit the like button. If you want to see much of the stories or hear much of the talks, just subscribe to the channel and do leave your suggestions in the comment box. Till then, what is up?